Hello, everybody. Scott Golden here with the Golden Opportunities Coaching YouTube channel. We've got over 390 audios for you to check out, and hopefully, there's something in here that's helpful to you. I encourage you, if you need coaching, relational, business, family, or romantic coaching, or entertainment coaching for that matter, because I work with people in all forms of entertainment as well, please feel free to reach out and we'll set something up for you. There's two ways to do that. You can go to my website, which is listed in the About Me section of this YouTube page, or you can go to Twitter, and on Twitter we can interact and have a good old beginning of a conversation, maybe set something up to get you to a better place. And so this is going to be a really easy and fun audio. It's how to be happier. So lots of people, most people, the majority of people want to be happier in their life. I very rarely have I ever met a person who say, hey, I'd rather be more depressed, I'd rather be sad, I'd rather be miserable. No, we want to experience good emotions for the chemical benefits, for the emotional benefits, for the benefits to our relationships, the benefits of getting through the day. We want to experience more positive emotions. And so, one of the things that's important to realize is that happiness, much like any emotion, the experience and expression of same, is a choice. Yes, there's a chemical reaction that will cause you in a few milliseconds to nanoseconds to feel something. But what you do with the feeling and how you process it is in your choice. And much like any other emotional state, staying in it for more than about 15 seconds is a choice. And so, how can we include more happiness in our lives is a valuable question because it's a result of our focus. And so, focusing on things that lead to happiness, probably a good idea, right? The first thing is look for the positive things. So it doesn't say that we ignore the negative, it's just that we devalue the negative. Yes, it's snowing outside, but at least it's not ice, right? Or yes, someone passed away and that's unfortunate, but at least it's not a busload of people. There's always a way to look at things and be happier if we choose to focus on ways things can be better, and thereby looking for the negative in the positive and the positive in the negative. In other words, the key here isn't one emotional state or the other, it's finding the balance in the middle and moving out towards the positive from there. Next is don't fake it. So many people, how are you? Oh, I'm fine. No, you're not. The majority of people are dealing with something. Now, they may be choosing to focus on being fine, or they may be choosing to lie. But in reality, hey, there's something that's going well for me today. Hey, there's something that's going miserable for me today. I'm a balanced person, so both of these things can be true. It's not a mutual exclusivity type program, and it's important to kind of look at that. The next thing is living their passions. So, if you don't have something you're passionate about at the moment, get something that you are. If you do have something that you're passionate about at the moment or have for an extended period of time, make time for it in your day, in your week, in your month, in your year. Be deliberate about doing the things that you're passionate about. A couple of reasons for this. Number one, it's a great way to recharge. Number two, it's a great way to get through negative moments and emotions. Number three, it gives you hope for the future when you don't feel like you have any. So uh, that can be important. So the next is choose the people you're around rather carefully. So number one, choose people you like. And number two, choose people you'll learn and grow from. So obviously, we can't always be around people we like, but we can control, at least to some degree, how much we're around that toxic family member or the toxic ex, or maybe we, have adult children that are not our favorite people and being around them bums us out or makes us unhealthy, or we've got that coworker, that boss, whatever. Look, unfortunately, societal perception will tell us that we have to or should be around somebody who isn't always good for us. And yeah, maybe in small doses when absolutely necessary, that's true. But at the same time, if you don't like someone, or you haven't for an extended period of time, or they haven't been kind, or they haven't treated you well, they're not just going to wake up and see your value out of nowhere. And so what happens is it only gets worse instead of better in a lot of cases, because forcing yourself to be around somebody that you don't really care two ways about can be a big, big problem. So the next is be around people that'll teach you something. Life is about growth and contribution for most people who are successful, and so if you're not growing, if you're not learning, if you're not gaining something from a social interaction, go somewhere where you will. Even if it's, I'm gaining a story to tell at the bar later, or I'm gaining knowledge about how to fly an airplane, or I'm gaining something. If there isn't a gain, then the relationship probably is is a um, is a waste of energy, waste of time. The next thing is to give to others. Now, giving doesn't have to be monetary, although for some people that's the way they most likely give, but give of your time. Give of your ears, meaning listen. Give of your knowledge, meaning share. Give of the things you don't need anymore. You got an extra coat or an extra can of soup you're not going to eat, give it away. We actually release the same oxytocins in the brain when we give physical things as we do when we get physically high or inebriated drunk, because it's the same pleasure centers and reward centers in the brain. And so if a person needs to feel better but do some less destructive behaviors, giving to others is a way to feel good but not be so self-damaging. The next thing is keep things simple. People complicate life, right? In other words, you don't need that new car. You want that new car. You can perfectly survive without a new car. You don't need a college degree. You want a college degree because your perception is that it will give you the leverage to have a better job. You don't need a relationship. You want a relationship because in the having of it, you think you're going to feel better about your quality of life. There are very few things in life that we actually need: food, shelter, a way to pay for our basic needs monetarily. These are needs. Wants fall into every other category. So if you keep it simple and get your needs out of the way first, everything else can be shifted to a bonus mentality. Thereby, when you get something you want but don't need, it's a bonus rather than an expectation. That's all about active focus. So when you don't like the way you're feeling about something, choose to refocus. The reality is you're not always going to be happy. The reality is you're not always going to be satisfied, but you can focus on times when you did feel that way and try to relate the situation you're in to ways to feel that way again in the not too distant future. The next thing is you choose the meaning of your life. This is a huge breakthrough for lots of people. It doesn't matter what your parents think, what your friends think, what your what your partner think, what your religion thinks, what political party you follow, or any of that other junk. And really, in a lot of cases, it is junk, because if it's not allowing you to move forward to a life that you enjoy and are doing the least amount of harm possible, then it's a waste of your energy. So you choose what your life means. You choose your focus. You choose what moves you forward. And at the end of the day, when you make choices that you can actually reach and it's balanced and it's manageable, you're going to feel better about your life in general. Um, you know, back or the next thing is believing in your own power of resiliency. So it doesn't, happiness and depression aren't opposites, but depression needs resiliency to be recovered from. That is the belief that things can get better, will get better, and you have the ability to be actively involved in bringing things into better alignment. And so when you believe at your core being, not just lip service, but actually believe that you can feel better and get better, you're giving yourself freedom. When you don't believe this, you're creating your own emotional prison. The last thing is be honest. If you're having a bad day, say so. If you're having a great day, say so. Be as transparently honest as we can without being offensive. Not that we should go around and live the movie Liar Liar, but I think it's more valuable to be honest, even if it might tick someone off for 30 seconds, than it is to negatively impact our long term future or the value of the relationship as a whole by being dishonest. Honesty is key if you're really wanting to own your life. Until next time, keep your feet on the ground, your mind in the moment. Till next time, everybody.